Snow God walks on in. Runs a short price favourite at his first outing. They're racing, and he jumped on terms with them, but Nicky Motor's got very good speed, now about to be anchored, and Snow God with As a Party looking down, Nicky Motor driving through. On the outside, next of all, is Vain Universe as they settle properly, and pushing through Kimberley Currency as well soon after the start as they come down the side at the 600 mark. And now, after playing a bit of cat and mouse, it was Nicky Motor who had to go through and eventually take up the lead from Snow God, who's up there travelling second. Over on the inside, next of all, is Anacrino third, a length and a half behind those Kimberley Currency. Back near the inside, Geronimo Magic, and then Vain Universe wider. Well back in the field on straightening for home is Cap Cavour, Dynamic Miss and Reggio Calabria. I'll tell you what, Nicky Motor's got this favourite done. It can't match Nicky Motor at the 100 mark. Nicky Motor's in front of her. Have I gone too soon? I think I might have gone the early crow. It'll get up. It's quickly cut Nicky Motor down and has gone from absolute boiled lollies to chocolates. The favourite gets home to score after giving backers a big shock, and the broadcaster as well. Snow God beat Nicky Motor. Behind them for third placing, Cap Cavour finishing on hard. Down the outside, Vain Universe, followed further back by Geronimo Magic when they'd pulled up. Reggio Calabria, a gap Dynamic Miss, Kimberley Currency, and towards the tail end of the field is Anacrino. Snow God gets home to score. And a trap for young players and old ones alike. Nicky Motor looked as though it had it absolutely done at the 200. It kicked away by at least 3.5 to 4. And as a party was getting anxious, you could see the desperation. And then all of a sudden, Nicky Motor started to tiptoe. And alarmingly, in the last little bit, Snow God put its mind on the task and finished off the 1,000 strongly. Gets home to win on debut by Playing God from Snow Chino, the starstruck winner. For Bridge Patrol Lodge, Ryan Fuller, Mrs. N. Haynes, Keith Carroll Holly, G. Otterson, Mrs. S. Otterson, and N. Prilovich, S. Milligan, J. and A. Oreb and M. Delina. And beats Nicky Motor by Niconi from Outboard Motors. Interestingly, run race early. They were cat and mouse with each other. Jason Brown wanted to sit. Joey As a Party didn't want to lead, probably a half a length in front. Then he took hold and eased back. Nicky Motor eventually went through, and it was in that last bound or two that Snow God eventually got to Nicky Motor, who had stolen the march on them into the home straight. Probably put up about 3 lengths, maybe 3.5. And 34.02 they've got home in a time of 58.48, 3/4, 2.5. The margins. A good gap back there to third, which went the way of 2 Cap Cavour and a tight go in front of Vain Universe. 6, 9, 2 and 8 here, and running up to its high regard through those trials recently, Snow God, but gave those that took the very short odds for the debutante. 170, a bit of a fright at the 200 metre mark. Race 4, the Drummond Golf Handicap over 1600 here at 3:34. No changes in the next event of the day. Well, let's go down to Lockie Taylor, who is, of course, with the Jim Taylor stable. And this horse was very well found, a filly who can run. And at one stage, she had this well-credentialed debutante off the bridle and hunting hard, Lockie.
Yes, that doesn't sound like an apology to me, Darren, but I'll forgive you eventually, my friend. I'm now... No, all is well that ends well. I'm now joined by a winning trainer in David Harrison. Harrow, Snow God, you came into today with big expectations on the Escaloper, and he was very, very impressive today.
He was, yeah. When your bloke got away in the corner, he sort of just got him all unbalanced, having his first start. You know, he's never been unbalanced before, so he always just cruised up to him. So he just got him unbalanced. He didn't know what to do. He got lost. Yeah, he hit the line really nice. I think he's like a real nice 1,200 metre horse or further, and with the shades on, he'll be a different horse.
It's always interesting watching those horses out of the trials when they're hard on the bridle, but come race day, they get off the bridle and they haven't been off the bridle before. It can be a new experience for them.
It can for sure. I remember when we worked for Tommy Smith and Neville Begg, Begg's horses used to always just stay on the bridle, and Tommy's would be work alongside them, and they'd be under the back, you know, like And on race day, Neville's would be backed off the boards, and Tommy's would beat them all the time because they knew how to go the line, you know. So it's a lot to say about getting the horse off the bridle, yeah.
Pre-race, we spoke about the fact that the mare, Snow Chino, got out a little bit in trip. What do you feel like this bloke's scope is? Is he a sprinting playing god, or do you feel like he might get out over a little bit further?
I think we'll definitely get over further, yeah. He's just a big rangy sort of a fella, you know, like he's not a little nuggety flying machine, you know, like he's just who knows what distance, I don't know, but he's just a real classy sort of horse that he'll learn a lot out of that race. Helped a lot that your one tiptoed a little bit the last 50, but he really hit the line nicely, and I'm glad Darren went the early crow on yours and not mine.
Where to next for him?
I don't know. I was going to put him another 1,000 metres, but if I do that, I'll have to put the shades on him. So I'll have to look at the program. There was 1,000 in a couple of weeks, but I may reassess that, or I'll just put the shades back on him straight away and go to that. Yeah.
A really exciting horse, regardless. Well done here.
I think so. Yeah.
There's David Harrison after the debut performance of Snow God. Gee, Scotty, that was some performance. And as Harrow mentioned, when horses haven't been off the bridle at the trials, sometimes they can be a little bit of a risk, but you could just see once he balanced up and got into his work, the stride that he had shown at his 3 trials to date, that was on display on race day, and it was a really nice debut performance.
Well, just waiting for the heart rate to go down, actually, Lockie. I'll be completely honest there. He got me nervous at about the 250-metre marker because Nicky Motor certainly gave him the slip, and I think Harry hit the nail on the head there. He just got a little bit unbalanced at the top of the home straight. He just didn't quite look comfortable in his action, but then his last 150 was, I suppose, what everybody expected of him. Paid $1.90 in the end on the tote, so he probably didn't get as short as many people thought. Nicky Motor was the target of really good backing all the way through betting. Opened $7.50 in some locations, $5.50 here locally, and jumped under $4. She was another really good effort on the speed. Maybe just that more conservative riding in the first 150 did her a lot of good, but you could see under poor Jason Brown that she didn't exactly appreciate it. She certainly wanted to fight the rider there to find the front. Back in third, Cap Cavor ran nicely into a minor bit of money again. There's a maiden in him in the near future, but the talking point out of the race is going to be Snow God. We'll get a word from Joey Azzopardi after he weighs in. He's given this horse a bit of time to make his way back to the yard, just giving him a good experience, Joe, but at the top of the home straight, it probably felt like it wasn't going to be a great experience at one point.
Yeah, it was actually a little bit harder than I thought it would be. I got a pretty high opinion on him. He goes really good. Today, we just left the blinkers off, give him a chance to have a look around, because he's a big baby still. He has a look at everything, but I think when them cups go back on, he'll improve a lot. In the end, he goes through, he gets the job done, he's undefeated, and the exciting part's his last 150 when he balances up. Yeah, once he got balanced exactly right, he really found the line good. He's just so lucky, once he could figure out he could go past that horse, he went past it. So he's a big baby. He's got plenty of upside and plenty of improvement left. Nice and exciting. Well done. Thank you. Cheers.
There's Joey Azzopardi combining with David Harrison and Snow God. Perhaps the most exciting horse you'll see here at Ascot all day. He takes out the Liberties Insurance Maiden on debut, and that is a very, very stylish way to kick off the career.